You see, the truth is, if you are not careful, you will live your life like a human being. But you have been separated from the class of mortals. The work that Jesus did secured a place for us in the divine counsel of God. So that we, as he is in heaven now, so we will be in this world. So it was very clear that as Jesus is seated, exalted, seated at the right hand of the Father, we are supposed to operate in that same capacity here and now. And this is why we must begin to see part of our rights and our inheritance secured for us by the finished works of Christ. Priesthood talks about your ministry to God. It talks about your identity in the celestial courts. It talks about your capacity to appear blameless before his holy altar. As far as priesthood is concerned, I know when we hear that word, the first thing that enters the heart of the average man is prayer. But before prayer is about standing. That's what priesthood gives you. A priest is the man who have capacity to appear before God, even on behalf of a sinful nation. Now, what gives him credence is that he has the capacity, the endorsement of God, and the consecration requirement to appear blameless before God. The consecrations of a priest is not that of the average man. In fact, to show you how sacred their obligations are, when a priest wants to enter into the Holy of Holies to carry out his missions, they will need to tie a rope on his waist. The reason for that rope is to guarantee that he is still alive part-time. So after a while, they will draw the rope 3 times. 1, 2, 3. If he is still alive, he will draw 3 times too. They will see the rope shake 3 times. They know that the glory he met in the Shekinah has not killed him yet. This is, I don't know which kind of job is that every day you go to work is a potential day to die. That it is clear that you don't know the state of purity you will meet there. And just in case there is a little aspect of your conscience that you have not made right with God, you can die. This is how sacred it is to stand before him. This is why holy angels, they brag with the ability to stand before God. This is what Gabriel boasted with. I am Gabriel that stands in the presence. This is what Elijah boasted with. Before God whom I stand. This is their token. They know that if you can stand before God, it is a sign of ranking. And only effective priesthood can bring you there. Till this time, not too many people know their God. Not too many people have met God. A bulk of humanity still wants to experience God through their fellow man. And so they are looking for somebody who have a very stable relationship with God so that they can channel their problem to that person, and so that the person can be for them a conduit communicating divine possibility. This is why anybody who knows God, anybody who dedicates himself to the altar and finds the face of God, you literally see them begin to shine among men. So the most authentic, the most exalted token of priesthood is the capacity to stand before God blameless. Not too many of us understand what that is. If you can stand before God blameless, it means that the possibilities of your transformation are limitless. Because God is an ever-evolving, ever-changing mystery. So you can never, nobody can say they know you. The moment they say, we have seen his rising, before they say zin, because your eye is always contemplating on the ever-evolving glory of the great monarch. You too, there is always a new flavor of manifestation. This is what priesthood brings for you. Priesthood gives you capacity to stand before him. If you stand before him, you can contemplate on his essence. You can behold his beauty. You can evolve as he evolves. You can keep pace with his ever-evolving commands. This is why, as it touches the instructions of God, is man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds. Only a priest who appears there, who stays there, and you would never be able to have the chance to stand before God and not be consumed if Jesus didn't make the way. Yes,